Hey everyone, Wolf Lord Rho here. Today we continue our look at Konrad Curze's confrontation, it's a bit of a tongue twister, his confrontation with his brother Sanguinius. If you haven't seen part 1, then be sure to go and check out my previous upload first before watching this one. Spoiler warning to begin, the events we are discussing today are from the Horus Heresy novel Pharos. And as always, I really recommend you read the novel for yourself first, as that's how you get the most enjoyment out of the lore. Not only that, but we help to support the great Black Library and Games Workshop, because without them, we don't have all this fantastic lore to talk about. But with that said, let's jump straight in. Now, when we left off last time, Curze had sought out his brother Sanguinius to talk. Obviously, he would never admit, but he clearly feels a kinship with his brother. And as I've stated before, even later shows signs of concern when it appears Sanguinius may be about to die. So it's fair to say, despite his turn to the side of chaos, there still remains a glimmer of brotherly affection for his brother deep inside. The part of his personality that is still Konrad and not the Night Haunter. We pick up with Sanguinius having just told Curze that he agrees the Primarch scattering was not by chance. However, unlike Curze, he believes any lie the Emperor has told is as a father trying to protect his sons. And so Sanguinius continues, "Is that what you believe, brother? That all this was inevitable? I believe Horus's turning was part of our father's intended path." "I do not think so." Curze threw up his arms. "See what a marvellous heart-to-heart we are having? Why should we not? Our brothers have close relationships. Fulgrim regarded Ferrus very highly, before he killed him. And then Ferrus was also close to Vulcan. So easy to dislike Ferrus, but so much loved by others. Perhaps there is some hope for me." "There is hope for all of us, Konrad." Curze smirked. "No, there isn't. I am hated. You have always hated me." "You were not hated. I am hated," he shouted. You can really see here how Curze is really beginning to have split personalities. The Konrad Curze part of him becoming smaller and smaller, yet still there. Seeking out his brother Sanguinius to merely talk is evidence of that. And the comments of his brothers being loved and hope for him, while said in jest, you can tell there is meaning behind it. But then the Night Haunter aspect of himself takes over, as so often it does. He is hated. He has to be hated. He is the Night Haunter, the monster. He goes on to rant again of how love did nothing to help Ferrus, and how himself and Sanguinius are alike, an angel of light and an angel of darkness. He can taste the rage within Sanguinius. Sanguinius simply replies that it does not bother him. The Primarchs are all troubled by temper. It's in their nature. But Curze does not buy it, going on to reference Guilliman never having faced true rage, having been raised in luxury upon Macragge. But who was there for the Night Haunter, shivering in the dark? He tried so hard to bring the light to the darkness, until he saw it was the very nature of the universe he was trying to prevent. And it's these rambling moments of Curze that show us just how scared he is. It's almost like when you're trying so hard and putting up with so much, you just reach that final moment, that small point where it all just becomes too much. And that just tips you right over the edge. And that's really how Curze comes across, just as a lost son, that perhaps, just maybe, that small part of him inside is crying for help and attention, lost beneath the monster that is the Night Haunter. The ranting continues, again forsaking the Emperor for believing in hope, despite seeing better than any of them, for lying about the Chaos Gods, for none can defeat them, and he sees the vision that troubles Sanguinius. "I see the vision that haunts you. You will fall at the hand of Horus. I know, I know as surely as I know I will die at the will of our Father. That is and always was the culmination of his plan. Now, of course, there are those out there that believe the Emperor had planned all of this. Everything. Horus's fall to chaos, the heresy, the death of Sanguinius and Curze. And of course, you're not necessarily wrong for doing so, as we are giving hints to tempt us into believing this. Yet we've also seen plenty to show us otherwise. The sorrow in the Emperor's conversations with his sons in times of need, for one. The ruination of the Webway project, leaving the Emperor to freely admit he doesn't know what's going to happen next. Or even the Emperor and Malcador strategizing before the siege. The revelation of Malcador that, hang on a minute, the Emperor doesn't know what's going to happen. And this could be the very moment he decides his plan. If you haven't seen that upload, be sure to check it out, as it's absolutely awesome. As are all the Malcador and Emperor moments, to be honest. And side note, but if the Emperor planned it all, including for himself to be interred upon the Golden Throne for 10,000 years of suffering for the good of mankind, then geez, that's the ultimate sacrifice. How on earth could you not be loyal to that guy? But the conversation continues as voices can be heard trying to break into the throne room. Time to go. Time to finish our little chat. Now I come to the meat of it. Tell me, brother. I saw a great vision of you at Cygnus. I saw what happened there. I heard the howls of the Neverborn as you threw them back into the warp. That was before you came here. There is no time, fool. The warp showed me that. Everything happens at once. Don't you see? That is how we see. Time is a book to be read at will. Tell me, why did you not turn? You could have snuffed Horus out like a candle. They offered you the galaxy as a plaything. You overstate their offer. I will not be a slave. You are a slave to Father's will, and a slave to fate. Our only choice is what manner of slavery we shall embrace, and even that choice is an illusion. There is always a choice. Again, it comes back to Sanguinius' point from before. There is always a choice. You choose your fate. And again, it's interesting to consider that the Chaos Gods truly wanted Sanguinius and not Horus. How different would the heresy have been had it been Sanguinius that turned and not Horus? Do you not think it should have been you? Should Father have chosen you as War Master, do you think? What? Said Sanguinius incredulously. It's a fair question, protested Curze. Rabute sees fit to declare you Emperor. Do you not think the Emperor could not have seen fit to declare you War Master? You see, although I see your actions before you do, our shared abilities makes reading your intentions so very hard. Your fate is your fate, not mine, and I am genuinely curious, to tell you the truth. He laughed. It is killing me, I have to know. It should not have been me, said Sanguinius. I am not perfect. I am not worthy. Curze burst out laughing, so hard he could not control himself. I am sorry, that is so marvellous. If you were not worthy, then what about Horus? He laughed again. I would have been tested as he has been tested. I am glad that I did not have to risk that failure. Then prove it. Prove your loyalty to dear Father. Kill me. I won't stop you. Let it be a test. I say that I shall die by Father's command. Father is dead. Curze frowned for a moment, confusion flickering across his gaunt features. Slay me. I will not hinder you. And so Sanguinius raises his sword and rushes at Curze, Curze tensing in anticipation, a smile of joy spreading across his face, only for death not to come. Sanguinius' sword halted mere inches from his head, Curze's features twisting back into rage as he realises. There is always hope, brother, even for you. Hope is an empty dream, said Curze honestly. The unhealthy fervour left his face, taking the madness from his eyes. Without the energy of his broken mind, he seemed diminished and sad. He ran a dirty finger along the pinions of Sanguinius's wing, a madman touching something he believed too wonderful to be real. The limb twitched angrily, and Curze snatched his hand back. I sincerely wish there was hope, but I cannot believe. And there we have it, the true words of the man, Konrad Curze. A brother confiding to a brother, and just speaking the truth. He truly wishes there was hope, but he just can't see it. He's been plagued by these visions since he was a child. He just can't believe there can be any other way. Sanguinius offers his hand to his brother, telling him he's a shadow of the man he should be. In spite of everything he's done, he pities him. Take his hand, come with him, and together they can heal him. It's not too late. But the thought of pity sends Curze back into his rage, and he detonates an explosion within the throne room. Sanguinius rushes to save Askelion, and after, of course, there's no sign of Curze. Man, what a great passage to end it on. The true glimpse of Curze is so poignant. We always see this madman Curze, the Night Haunter, vicious and terrifying. But there, just for a moment, we saw Konrad being honest with his brother. Just wishing there was a way back, a way that he didn't foresee. But he just can't bring himself to believe it. Man, just awesome writing there, it really is. As I always say, the best moments of the Primarchs to me are when we get to see them interacting with each other. Just being brothers. It's awesome. Yeah, it really is. But what do you guys think? Is there still hope for Curze? Could Konrad Curze ever shake off the Night Haunter aspect for good and return to the Emperor's light? And what about Sanguinius as War Master? Should it have been him? And what if it was? Would the heresy have still happened? As always, drop your thoughts in the comments below. I love to read them. A huge thank you to all my subscribers. Your support really means a lot to me. It truly does. And if you're new, please consider subscribing to help the channel grow. If you enjoyed this particular vid, then why not drop a like on it too. But with that said, I am off, and I'll see you all again real soon.